vaping with the Ohmies. Vape, 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 vaping with the Ohmies. Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Vape, vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vape, vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Poon Sauce? Alright, guys. It's that time for Dan's Dad Joke of the Week.
What is going on, Ohmies? Welcome back for another episode. I believe we're on episode 37, if I do count all my stuff correctly here. Let me go ahead and actually move this around there. There we go. Boom. Much better. So, of course, as always, guys, we're going to do that normal thing, talk about what we're going to be vaping on throughout the night here. So, with that being said, I'm going to throw it off to my man, Poon Sauce. What are you vaping on, bro?
What is going on, everybody? I got a few things. I got my copper keen, well, black copper keen with blotto, and inside of there, I got some Ethos crispy treats, just the plain Rice Krispie treat, and then I got my Ellie Dreamer with the Ohaha, and then inside of there, I got some Mama San ASAP, and then finally, I got my Captain Dual 2700 with the Fatality 25, little Chinese dock tip on top of there to make it kind of matchy. And inside of there, I got Shorty from No Named Craft E-Juice. Pretty good stuff. And that is all I got going tonight. What about you, Mr. Dan?
Thought you were going to catch me vaping, but I blew it out real quick. I don't think so.
Not today.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Not today, Satin.
All right. I have K-Fun Light. Thank you, Swaggins. With my Armor Pro. In that, I have some Get Salty bourbon stains. So it's like a salted caramel bourbon tobacco. Ooh. Yada, yada. Very delicious. Very good.
Sound pleasant.
I have Dreamer Ohaha combo with Turkish cake. And last but not least, I have Vert Squad.
Yeah, dude.
Green ring, switch the purple tip out for the RDA for vaping original tip on it. Just looks nice like that. And still going strong with the guava dragon fruit duo from Burst. So good.
A burst of flavor.
It's a burst of flavor. And that's what I have there. I will pass it over to Swaggins.
All right, cool. Well, speaking of bursts of flavor, I have several of them in my rotation tonight.
Oh.
And none of them will you be able to guess. Starting off with this beautiful stuff. Oh, this is where I always remember that my lights aren't on. The Monarch by Aspen Mod Co.
Yeah,
This is
buddy.
from batch 1. Riley, I believe. I'm not even going to shine it. I give it one of those like vape rag shines real
Just a
quick
little
because I
wipe
like
down.
the patina on it. Yeah, with the matte gold TM24 Pro on top, with that stock cap because I've just really been enjoying it. Even though I have all of the caps now. Inside of that, we got Nazo by Transistor. This is a burst of grapefruit sugary goodness in your mouth hole. Next, we've got the Stratum V4 Submariner, SX485J, so it's a 100-watt mod with the Theatro RTA by Van and Dell Designs. And that guy is glorious, and I really do like it. And inside of there, speaking of really good and glorious and liking it, it's Detox by 5150, which is an all-day vape for me when I'm not vaping something that's like candy flavored or like fruit flavored. I got this Honey Crisp apple creme brulee, and it's delicious. Next, I found this guy hiding behind a stack of mods, and I was like, holy crap. And I vaped it because this juice was in there, and it's still pretty good. And I was like, what is that juice? And I remembered that juice very vividly because I love it. It's Deep Cuts Side A Dragon Shake in 12 milligram. And I think that juice has been in there for like 7 months. And last but not least, where is it? It's right here. I got the MMK Vape Werkstatt 18650 silver coated copper mech tube with the RDA for vaping, and I switched it and I put the little 2-hole on there, and I'm loving it. And I've got a Blizzard Chop Top by DHD inside of there still because I only vape it in this setup so I don't run out. Boule Bolu by Coil Turd, Banana Land. It's freaking delicious, and I love going back to it and remembering every single time. And that's all that I have. Thank you. Hey, Clown, what are you vaping on?
Alrighty, let's see. It's got this guy in the top side dual with the Type and BTD on top of there. And that I got some of that Ben because seriously loving that. Next, Monarch Recoil Rebel with that DHD Chop Top. That's the Moss one. And that I got from Caribbean Clouds, the apple cider.
Ooh.
So usually if you guys haven't tried it out, give it a shot. The next I got the Jenna Luna combo there. And then that from my own line, I got Blue Sin. And I'm going to round it out with the Grim Kit. And in that, I got some of that Mint Me MTL edition. Alrighty. Who's left? James.
All right, so it's my turn, huh? Let me see here. Sorry, I was dropped some shit and I had to find it before I lost it. But anyways, first setup I got is the Trilogy RTA on top of the dagger from the Warlocks mods, Gathering Vapor. Changed out for the bubble glass just because the standard 2mm standard glass just was not cutting it. I was like plowing through it, so I had to throw the bubble on there. Inside, got some Manga Bees by 12 Monkeys, one of my all-time faves right there. Next up, I have the .AIOSE right here, and I just got done rebuilding the .RBA for this thing right here as well. Got that little 0.8 build in there, so doing some melt and lung action with some 12 milligram Turkish Harvest on the inside of that. Really, really digging that. And last but certainly not least, I've got my Ohmies edition Ruby 21 done by my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. If you guys don't know, go over there, go follow him, go check him out. He's got some crazy stuff that he's doing. He's got a website coming soon as well. You guys can hit him up in the DMs if you guys want to get anything coded. But of course, inside of that, I have some Pango by Transistor, a little pineapple mango action to go along with my pineapple mango guava action. And with all that being said, I think that's going to wrap that up for the buffets for tonight. So before we get into that segment, I do want to take a second to shout out all of our amazing sponsors, guys. If you guys didn't know, go check out Rescued E-Liquid. We are definitely super glad to be able to partner up with them and, promote them, and also, be able to show you guys whatever news coming out for them as well. If you guys didn't know, they did drop a new liquid for a new line as well, Pack Leader, and they dropped Mika, which is a vanilla mint. You guys can go check that out on Rescued E-Liquid, along with Ben, Vengeance, Velez, just all of the Rescued line. Solid lineup. You can check it out. Use code Ohmies for 10% off, or you can use the code BARK20 for $20 off a $120 order. Sorry, I can't talk today for some reason. But yeah, much love to Rescued E-Liquid. Definitely go check them out and show them some love. Of course, huge shout out to OPMH Project. You guys already know we have nothing but love for them when it comes down to the fountain lineup. One of my all-time favorites when it comes to blast off, coated, or cherry ice. All of them are super solid. They also have an award-winning tobacco line named Watson, along with Real Deal Custard, and they have some solid custards as well. If you guys like, churro, like a little bit of cinnamon, and you like custard, try out the churro from the Real Deal Custard. One of my favorites for sure. And last but certainly not least, we have the CBD dispensary, aka PureCBD1.com. You guys can go over there and use the code SHEDTIME for 10% off of your order. That you can take advantage of that and grab up any of your CBD needs, whether it comes to topicals, edibles, whatever you guys need, they have it. Their staff is very, very knowledgeable. If you guys are in the area, you can look them up, go check them out. And of course, everything is lab tested. So if you guys want to check it out and make sure that you are getting what you are asking for, they do have all the tests to provide for that as well. So with all that being said, we're going to wrap that up. Huge shout out to our sponsors. Again, thank you guys all for all the love and support you guys show us. And hopefully you guys go show them some love as well. Take advantage of those codes. So with that being said, I'm going to throw it off to my man, Poon Sauce McNasty, for a little bit of what's in the news, Poon Sauce.
Okay, well, it's been kind of a little topsy-turvy stuff going on lately. I want to talk about one state specifically that's kind of had things come down on them as of today. Because the state of New Jersey has been kind of on and off with people going on legislation and trying to get flavor bans put into place, to where I believe it was last week they had the initial hearing, and then the legislators had up until Tuesday or Monday night to vote on it. So they had the vote today, and unfortunately, I would see all the Senate's bills have passed, which includes the flavor ban and limiting having a nicotine cap to 2%. So it's not looking good, but there's still hope, because once it gets signed, it has 90 days before it comes into effect. So that still gives us plenty of time to fight, give plenty of time to call the legislators in the state of New Jersey and continue to fight the fight that, of course, needs to be fought. So if you guys are living in the state of New Jersey, or are living around the state of New Jersey, to where maybe you're on a border city or something, you need to go call the legislators of New Jersey. Get on Twitter, start tweeting at them, do something, because I know they just had a huge rally in Trenton, which was awesome. I saw a bunch of videos from it, and just the community that went out there was fantastic. I'm so proud of everybody that was able to make it. So without being said, guys, we need to continue to fight. We're fighting what it seems like to be a losing battle, but it's not going to stop us from continuing to fight for what we believe in, really. And I know there's other states that are starting to push flavor bans again. I know Pennsylvania. I think it was Pennsylvania was introducing one, maybe.
Yeah,
I know
Irvine, California is proposing one tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, it may seem bad, guys, but in the end, it still gives us opportunity to fight. It still gives us opportunity to have our voices be heard, and we can't give up, because we won't give up. And
Can't stop, won't stop.
They'll have to listen to us to a point to where they're gonna have a choice, really. That's what we have to give them, that kind of ultimatum, is either you're with us or against us. And if you're against us, then we need, as a community, are going to make sure you're not in office next term when there's voting. Pretty much.
Liz Warren, get out of here.
Yeah, and so I'm telling you, anybody in the state of New Jersey, just don't lose hope. There's still plenty of time to fight. You guys have there's 90 days before the actual legislation gets put into place. So 90 days is a shit ton of time. Look what happened in in Michigan. The ban was put into place, and what was it? Not even a week, 2 weeks, the judge overturned it. Dan, I think, right?
Huh?
Within like a week or two after the ban went through, the judge
I'm sorry.
overturned-
I'm messing around with chat, having a good time. I totally. Michigan, their ban lasted 2 weeks, and then the injunction got put in, and then they've been selling flavors ever since. So
Exactly. If that doesn't give you hope, because if it happens in one state to where you thought all hope was lost, it sure as hell can happen in another state. So
But the
continue
point-
to fight. We will win this, guys.
Exactly. But the point is, guys, is you have to get out there. You have to be active. You have to make sure that your voice is heard. Because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you guys. You know what I mean? This is something we all have to do. We have to come together as a community and fight for these, rights, no matter where it's happening at, whether it's here or out there in New Jersey, or whether it's here in California where I'm at, or, anywhere. We got to do our part to help everybody. You know what I mean? Because even though it might not be affecting us directly, like what's happening out in mass is directly affecting people very, very close to me. You know what I mean? People that I, consider family. And it's tough to see that happen and see what they're going through. So whatever we can do to help fight to keep this accessible for everybody, everywhere else, and hopefully, try to help change the tide in Massachusetts or in, New Jersey with the way things are going now. We got to do our part, guys. And the only way we can do that is by staying vigilant and just continuing to fight. And like Swaggin said, can't stop, won't stop. You know what I mean? We got to continue to do what we're doing, guys, because at the end of the day, it's up to us.
And if you guys want to check out, if you guys want to check out more about the New Jersey ban, I know Liv's probably posted a link a little bit already. Liv, you can go ahead, post the link again, give you time to read on it, just to kind of see what's going on. So if you're not up to date, make sure you are. So when you call the legislators, that means you are prepared. Always be prepared when you're calling these people, especially if you talk to a live person. You want to know what you're talking about, guys. It's that simple.
Absolutely. So thank you for that little news segment today. Of course, like he said, there will be a link drop down there in chat for you guys if you guys want to read up on that and get a little bit of information about what's going on there. Of course, we'll try to keep you guys updated on anything else that comes through. If you guys aren't a member of CASA already, join. And it doesn't cost anything. It's free to become a member. They send you emails about things that are happening in your local area, calls to action, ways you can get in contact with your local representatives. It's a great place, great set of resources over there. So just join up, guys. It only takes a few seconds of your time, and like I said, they'll keep you as updated as you can be. And if you're not there, like we said, we'll try to do our best here, and you can catch what's in the news with Poon Sauce on Wednesday and hear all about whatever's happened throughout the week. So
we'll be back this week.
Yeah, very excited for that. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the Poon Sauce McNasty channel yet, what the hell are you doing? Go over there, subscribe, show them some love, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for this Wednesday because they got a great show planned, I'm sure. So with all that, we are going to go ahead and switch gears here, and we're going to have a little bit of a fun topic here. This is something that we kind of talk about on the side from time to time when we're hanging out and over there in the Stooge Crew Discord, which if you aren't a member of yet, what are you doing? You're missing out on all the fun. Come hang out with us. Just join the Vape Stew Crew Facebook group. There's a link in the announcements, all that good stuff. Come hang out with us. It's a great time, great place, great group of people. One of the things I look forward to most throughout the day is coming home from work and being able to, jump in the Discord and hang out with my Stooges and my Ohmies and my Shedheads and everybody. Because everybody's welcome there, guys. Everybody, come hang out. So today we're going to be talking about By the Title. It's what was the title today, Dan?
Now that's what I call music volume Ohmies.
Thank you for the title, bro. I thought it was pretty catchy. So by that, I'm sure you guys can kind of figure out what this is going to be. We're just kind of going to be talking about some of our favorite music, maybe some music from our favorite soundtracks and some favorite movies, that sort of type of thing. Because all of us are, pretty, enveloped in music, whether it's we play it or we consistently listen to it or we're just full on just consumers.
Or we're karaoke junkies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Music is a big part of all of our lives. It's something that we utilize, for all types of different things, whether we want to be in a happy mood or we're feeling a little down or, you know what I mean? So with that, Corey, since this is kind of something that you brought up today, why don't you kind of tell us maybe like one of your favorite like soundtracks or like maybe an album that you would think could be a soundtrack for a period of your life or something like that? I feel like that's a kind of a cool question.
For soundtrack for a movie, I would say, like, of course you can't. I feel like the ones from the Guardians of the Galaxy are like instantly
Knew
going
he
to be
was gonna
somebody's
steal
top.
mine.
Instantly going to be from Guardian Galaxy Volume 1 and 2. Those soundtracks are going to be on almost everybody's top tier list. So I tried to think about it a little bit of what mine would be, but I don't know. There's so many different movies that kind of cultivate
Oh, I got a good one. I got a couple good ones.
that easily make the movies that much greater. I'm into like the kind of like I'm gonna set a weird example here, but it's because it kind of cultivated the scene of each just because it was a long series of movies. I'm gonna go with the soundtrack from the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm into that kind of Celtic kind of music, that kind of thing.
A lot of that was composed for the movie. So you like movies that are like big budget movies where they have composition that they create, like as opposed to Guardians of the Galaxy where they basically pay for the rights to use those songs.
And it's like I like listening to that soundtrack and just this music behind it, especially how much it sets the mood in those movies, to where it's like you're overseeing a big scene or a big battle and the music playing in the background. It just it envelops you in what's going on in the movie, and it's kind of awesome. Like I saw glimpses of that when we were watching The Witcher with the same kind of theme of music, to where it just was awesome. I feel like music in a TV show or movie kind of
it sets the tone in a lot of spots. You know what I mean?
It has to. It gets you more. How do I explain it? It makes you want more, and you crave more out of it.
It's an emotional manipulation device.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like on Star Wars. You know when Darth Vader's going to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's it, Peter Rabbit, or there's a composition, an orchestral composition that's about. It tells a story, and you know the themes of the characters, like the rabbit's theme, the wolf's theme, and basically like when he's adventuring, when he encounters the wolf and stuff like that. So it's like music that actually composes itself in a way that it tells a story. So there you go. That kind of stuff is more genre specific, for sure.
Now, if I was gonna, I kind of want to hear what Clown's like, kind of, because I know Clown, you're probably a big movie junkie like all the rest of us, of course. You mean Netflix and fucking everything?
Oh yeah. Like I'll say as far as like soundtracks, I'm big into like what they did for Star Wars, for Lord of the Rings, but like Quentin Tarantino, I really love the soundtracks he puts together.
Yeah, he does
like an amazing job. He gets a lot of like 70s groove music, and just like it makes me happy.
Any specific Tarantino movie that comes to mind?
Reservoir Dogs.
There you go.
That's a good one. For sure.
Tarantino.
I mean, even the opening scene where they're walking out of the restaurant and that song starts playing, it was like, something's gonna go down.
Definitely.
Other than that, like I don't know, like Kevin Smith is another guy that really puts good soundtracks together. I mean, I know you guys did the Let's Watch.
For dude, the reboot.
Jane Silent Bob movie.
Not Kevin James, Kevin Smith.
Yes,
Kevin Smith.
So the soundtrack for that movie was awesome.
The reboot movie, there's a joke in it where there's Kevin James.
I made it like 5 minutes in, and I'm gonna watch it here soon.
Dude, there's so much nostalgia.
If you like Jay and Silent Bob, it's worth a watch, man.
Oh yeah,
it's very, very nostalgic for sure.
Yeah, I got as far as when the police showed up at the.
Oh yeah, crossing his legs.
Just wait, dude.
That dunks you head first into all that is Kevin Smith.
I said drop the plants, not drop your pants.
And do know all View Askew movies all actually have a timeline together to where they all meet up somewhere. That's like the most coolest thing that he did when it came to writing those movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are classics too.
So, what about you, Dan? Where would you be out on this soundtrack list here?
I got two soundtracks in mind that I really like, and one of them, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Queen of the Damned. It's a vampire movie, but Jonathan Davis from Korn did all the songs in the movie. Like the main character, when he sang, the voice was Jonathan Davis coming out. But on the actual soundtrack, he wasn't allowed to perform those songs. So on the CD, they got like the lead singer of Disturbed and a bunch of other people to sing those songs. I want to say Chester from Linkin Park was one that did one of them as well. I could be wrong. That was a very good soundtrack. I like that one a lot. And then you can't go wrong with a little Dazed and Confused from back in the day.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, great soundtrack, oldies but goodies, just stoner rock kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's all around good. You couldn't turn it on and not be happy. You got Aerosmith on there and just everyone from back then. It's good shit.
Did you guys ever hear the Nightmare Before Christmas redo where they had like different artists do the songs instead of like the original
I
cast?
heard like one or two of the songs off that.
Like Marilyn Manson did This Is Halloween, and like Korn did the Sandy Claus song, and like it's really cool seeing like how they did their take because it's in their genre,
Yeah.
but it's still Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think
Interesting.
it was like really cool take on it.
I'm gonna have to check that out. What about you, Swag?
Yeah, so this is awesome. None of mine were chosen, so I'm going to go with one, unless you ask for another one. But I'm going to say Donnie Darko is a perfect
Ooh.
encapsulation for me.
Been a while.
You know, just in like a small kind of alternative. It'd be like the alternative of, you know, if it was music, Donnie Darko would be like alternative music. You know, it'd be like indie, you know. So, but I like it because it really sets the tone. There's upbeat moments and there's quirky moments in this movie, but the music plays to that, but it still maintains the tone of the movie, which is very kind of dark. It's like a dark comedy almost. But anyways, I like Donnie Darko a lot, the movie in general, and I feel like the music is a character of that movie.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of have two that come to mind for me. One is kind of obvious, like if you guys just know who I am as a movie guy. The Forrest Gump soundtrack, bro. There's so many great fucking songs on that soundtrack, dude. Like just like nostalgic, feel good, you know, songs along with, you know, just telling the story as well. But like honestly, one of mine is not even necessarily a movie. It's and I don't even know if you'd necessarily call it a soundtrack as much as just the scores from it. But The Mandalorian, dude.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen that.
Just like the music, like the intro to like that, and just like some of the stuff that's going on in the background. Just like I love the fucking feel that it puts to like everything that's going on. Like anytime I hear that intro come in, it's just like I instantly think Mandalorian. You know, when like it, I really dig that one for sure. So as far as soundtracks go, that would probably be like,
Dude,
or like
music written for film. Dude, you gotta go.
It's
You gotta
just-
go back to Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know a movie that kind of put
Back
me
to the Future.
Okay.
Fucking Indiana Jones. Sorry, go ahead,
Good.
Poon Sauce.
Like when you're talking about movies like that people really didn't think of when it came to our like selection. There's one movie that came to mind because it's, the way the movie was and the music they chose for it, they were like completely opposite. I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Ravenous, but it was like what was it? I forgot when it came out. Probably like early 2000s, where it's back in like the Civil War days when there was like somebody got lost and then he found like a village that were filled with cannibals, and like the intro to that movie is them playing like bluegrass music and like all kinds
Is
of
it a
crazy-
horror movie?
Well, I wouldn't consider it a horror movie, but
A thriller?
yeah, it's a thriller, but they play bluegrass in the most weird parts of the movie to where
Well, they use it
sitting
to
there-
kind of creep you out. I get that. That's a good point.
to where I like it. Instead of having music that sets the tone, it kind of changes the mood as well. It's where you're sitting there like, why is this music playing at this kind of crazy fucked up part? It's just like, but it actually worked. That's the thing. That's the weirdest thing.
All right,
Someone
now
in chat said,
go ahead, Dan.
someone in chat said, what is I gonna say? Said something. He did the Black Panther too, the Mandalorian composer.
Yep,
Okay.
he did. That is true.
Yeah.
He's
There's
a Swedish
quite a few in
composer. I
chat
forget
that
his
are
name.
good.
He's Swedish.
Yeah, I know.
People in chat
Somebody
are saying
said Apocalypse Now.
Triple X soundtrack, How High soundtrack, Boys in the Hood, Straight Outta Compton, UHF, Weird Al Yankovic's movie. That was a good one. Dangerous Minds. I thought of one. You guys remember the movie Airheads?
Dude, Airheads,
dude,
yeah,
Airheads
bro.
was
awesome.
great. That sounded
Yeah, they have it on
Charlie in
Hulu right
that.
now.
I just seen a meme of that on Facebook earlier today.
I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell my kids this is I can't remember who it was, but I was just like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, I just remember Eddie Vedder was one of the ones up on the
Yep.
list. That was supposed to be
Looks
fucking Brendan Fraser.
I was remembering like since Disney Plus has been doing all their stuff. Remember the Titans? They're
Yeah, remember the Titans had a good one too.
That's a classic. You can't hate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I feel like it's just.
But
yeah,
you
like
can
I'm
still
not big on
remember 'em.
football movies, but I can watch that all day.
Yeah, Anthony Ramella said The Matrix. That had some awesome songs on those soundtracks, man.
All right, now here's another question I'm going to bring back to you guys. It's kind of something I mentioned at the beginning. Like, if you had to pick like a soundtrack of like your youth or like of your like teenage years, like an album that you would say was like the epitome of those years, or one that you played on constant repeat, what album would that be? And with that, I'll throw it off to Dan first on this one.
Go to someone else real quick.
All right, Clown, what about you?
Soundtrack to my life.
Or like if you had like if like maybe like your teenage years, like what would you say it would be like?
The first Korn album.
The first Korn album.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, that, like for me, when I was a kid growing up, hip hop and anything Mexican was the only thing I had around me. So discovering something that actually spoke to me was really, really important in my life, I guess. And like Korn was that album, like that first album. I was like, okay, yeah, this is me right here. Just anger and angst at being a teenager. But yeah, that really reflected on where I was at that point.
Nice.
Like even Clown, like the song Clown is like the funniest backstory, because some guy took a swing at Jonathan and the guy missed, and then they're like roadie guy or whatever, like took the dude down. He's like, look, I knocked that clown out, and that's where the whole song comes from. Like even if you listen through the lyrics, he kind of does a little bits of like snarkiness in there about that.
Crazy. Well, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. What about, are you ready, Dan, or should we throw it to somebody else again?
No, you're good. I don't know if it like, I don't think there's a album that does anything for my life, but one of my favorites that I can listen to all the time.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like a sound, like, just like something that like from those years that would be like the one.
It's Linkin Park Hybrid Theory. It came out just at the time. It was something new. It was mixing rap and heavier rock, and it was just phenomenal. I can listen to that CD from beginning to end and never want to skip a song. You know what I mean? It's just that good to me and to a lot of people out there. They changed the game when they came in with that, and it was phenomenal.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Corey?
I'm gonna have the same one as Dan, Hybrid Theory, for when Linkin Park came out. That was when I was first starting to like get introduced to music a little bit. Like growing up, I was kind of raised on like Pink Floyd through my dad and everything, like Pink Floyd and Genesis. But then trying to like, I wanted to get like my own taste of my own kind of thing. So that's when I started. Around that one time that album came out is when I started kind of becoming my own when it comes to my music taste, like enjoying the heavier kind of style of music that I like. And then, of course, System of a Down was another one when they came out with the Toxicity album and all that, and just that really kind of put something into me to where I think heavier music is what got me, pretty much how I got into liking heavier music as much as I do now. Those were like the two staples of, okay, we're going to introduce you with this, and then the horizons just broadened like crazy with it. And now I'm just into all kinds of different heavier music, and I love it. But I have to get
also System of a Down's like political side of things was amazing to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just start paying attention to more government stuff. Like, go listen to Prison Song, or just go read the lyrics to that, and you're just like, this is crazy, and it's just amazing. I also wanted to say, Breestone said from Linkin Park, he's like, I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to vape.
Very nice. I see what you did there.
I wanted to say one quick thing, mostly because Corey brought up Pink Floyd. You guys remember when Korn did that Brick in the Wall cover?
Yeah.
I bought that album and I was listening to it in the car, and my mom's all like, she starts singing and all along to it. I'm like, you know this song? And she's like, yeah, it's Pink Floyd. She was a nanny in Spain, and the kids that she was a nanny for were big Pink Floyd fans. So yeah, she knew all the lyrics, and she doesn't speak very much English, but she knew this song like fully.
That's
I was
crazy.
like just tripping out in the car, going like, she knows this fucking song. She listens to like Christian music all day, but she knows Pink Floyd. It was a trip.
That's hilarious, man.
Mhm.
Now, what about you, Swags? Is there an album that you could say like would stick out to you from like your youth?
Yeah, I'd say I took a long time to think about it, or I had a long time to think about it. So I have two albums, and I'll go with the one that impacted me first. I'd say that was "Make Yourself" by Incubus. I remember listening to that and loving every freaking song on the
So
album.
I haven't heard them in forever.
Yeah, and just Incubus in general. It's just it's a time. It's like a moment in time for me.
They're such a good band.
Yeah.
Transitioning to college
So
years and
good.
stuff like that. And similarly, like two parts of myself, Make Yourself was a lot harsher. And I feel like the Third Eye Blind the Blue album, really good album. That was like a more emotional side, like a less fucking hard, crass kind of rough around the edges, and more just like, this is just someone doing drugs and bearing their heart.
Yeah.
And so I loved both of those albums at my like 18 to 20. I'd say even earlier than that. I was into a lot of emo and screamo in high school that I won't talk about. So let's talk about, we'll say Blue and Make Yourself Incubus.
All right. So for me, I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious just by the poster behind me, but 40 Ounces to Freedom, dude, by far is like an album that never left my CD player in my car.
I always thought you hated Sublime.
No.
Yeah.
No,
We did
like
not
I
get
literally
Sublime, bro.
either it was 40 Ounces to Freedom, or it was just like a burn CD I have of like some of their like shows, or like some of their acoustic stuff, like when they did like Scarlet Begonias by the Grateful Dead, or Rivers of Babylon. Like those songs were like all the shit that I would listen to in my car when I'd be cruising around. I also seen Dave threw it out there too. Anything Beastie Boys too around that time, for sure. Like I'm down with that. But like Sublime, 40 Ounces of Freedom was like one of the things that really got me into wanting to learn to play guitar. And like I literally learned how to play every song on that album. Half of them I learned just by sitting there and listening to it and, just figuring out by ear. And the other half I had to, break down and actually look up that, figure out how to play. But like, dude, like Bradley was somebody I just like looked up to when it came down to just like his vocal style and just like his guitar playing and stuff like that when it come down to that side of things. But then if I were to go to like my younger days, like before I really got into, more alternative or like ska or like punk music and stuff like that, I listened to a lot of country, and it would probably be Rope in the Wind by Garth Brooks, bro. If anybody knows that album, Rope in the Wind, you would understand.
Garth Brooks in general. I don't care.
Yeah. But
I love all heavy music, but Garth Brooks, I'll listen to him all day because he's an entertainer and he made some kick-ass music.
Yeah, dude, Rope in the Wind was one of my favorite albums from him. But just like Dan said, anything that he's done, I'm 100% behind too. But yeah, those would probably be two from like my younger days that I would say for sure kind of like impacted my musical stylings and stuff that I listened to for sure. Let's see what we got out here in chat. I did see a couple people throwing out some pretty good ones. Let's see.
Did Rage Against the Machine, of course.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Incubus, Deftones, STP, Soundgarden. Those are some
Dio? Did someone
solid
say
choices.
Dio?
I did see
Rainbow
someone
in
said
the dark.
Sabbath down here. Masters of Reality, Alice Cooper's, School's Out. Yeah, dude, like everybody's picking some solid ones out here.
Big.
For British Eyes Only did a really good one. The Systematic Chaos by Dream Theater.
Yeah, that
Megalodon.
Dream Theory too. Megalodon, bro.
Dream Theater is like an experience.
AFI, dude. AFI is somebody I haven't listened to in years.
Anybody say
I actually got
Tool?
to see them. live a
Weezer,
couple
the
years
White
back.
Album.
Dude,
Fucking
Weezer,
Tool,
bro.
yeah.
Tool, yep. The Chili Peppers. I know that's kind of like touchy
Yeah,
subject
I was gonna
for
say
some
like
people,
Chili
but
Peppers' greatest hits.
early Chili Peppers though.
I was into like
remembers
when I was
Motor
17. Chili
Oh,
Peppers' greatest
I
hits.
just now that you say Chili Peppers, I thought of another great soundtrack, the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great great soundtrack, and the Chili Peppers doing
Oh,
what
yeah,
was it, Love
dude,
Roller Coaster.
Mowgli Vapes is throwing out some solid ones. Van Halen, Fair Warning. Yes. What else we got? Limp Biscuit, Chocolate Starfish. Thanks for that one, Dave. Blood Sugar by Sex Magic. What else we got? Old Pennywise. Yeah, dude. Old Pennywise for sure. Oh, dude.
Wayne's World
Anthony
soundtrack.
Romella. Yes, the Wayne's World soundtrack. That one was
yeah.
solid too, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's so many good ones out there, man. So many good
When they're
ones.
in the car and they do the Queen thing, that is still like the
Yes.
coolest scene ever.
Well,
One
Crash
of the
Test
be-
Dummies, who like I think Dumb and Dumber brought Crash Test Dummies to like every household.
Dude, I remember the first time I heard Crash Test Dummies, I was just like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
It's like South Park with Primus.
Puddle Hat
Yep.
by Weird Al, says British Eyes.
I'm surprised nobody did this one. 311.
311.
Swagger
Absolutely.
touched on
Should
that a
I
little
could have
bit.
said 311, man.
They are
Could've
awesome live, honestly.
seen
311
them
live.
several times live. I should have said Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
Because I love Dave Matthews Band. Saw them live too. I didn't say any of the Incubus. I never saw live. And Third Eye Blind, I went to see them live. The one time I went to see them live, it was my 20th birthday, I think. And
Do you remember
my
your 20th birthday?
my girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, I took her with me, and she got arrested by campus police. And instead of going to the concert, I waited outside of the drunk tank until like the bailiff came in to release her. It was
Dude,
that was my
Primus.
one time I was gonna see Third Eye Blind.
Dude, what about Dr. Dre's The Chronic, bro?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great album.
Dude, that's
course.
another one from those years, bro.
Rammstein. I love
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
CKY.
See,
CKY,
Rammstein from,
yeah.
Oh
Rammstein
yeah,
from
CKY
me-
live is good too. They are very interesting.
Dude, I had a dope CKY hat in high school. Can't Kill Yourself. Back when CKY 2K and
Mhm.
all the movies from our childhood, Jackass.
Mhm.
Jackass had great soundtracks. Come on.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did,
Oh, yeah.
honestly. So did all the Nitro Circus stuff back in the day,
Yeah,
too.
Nitro Circus.
They still do. Those guys are
Yeah,
still crazy.
Nitro Circus is
Do they still tour?
Yeah.
Dude, the Nitro Circus thing's like doing a world tour type thing. Like, they do big-ass shows and shit now.
That'd be dope to go
Dude,
see.
I seen this one where they literally launched a stand-up jet ski off the end of the mega ramp. Not into water either.
Just launched it.
Just, with a dude on it. Just launched this thing off the back of this. It was crazy. What we got here?
Mac Miller, the best day ever. Macklemore. The unplanned mixtape. Yeah.
I don't know so much about Macklemore, but Mac
Yeah.
Miller, 100%.
You wanna
Rob
see a good
Zombie, dude.
entertaining
Yep.
band? Good entertaining band, Metalachi.
Dude, if you guys have not seen Metalachi, they're actually pretty dope. Pretty
I got
dope.
to see them live. They were doing like a weird like Cinco de Mayo show because they always do it here in Fort Worth. And yeah, they put on a great show.
That'd
It's
be
all like
crazy.
80s glam metal done to mariachi music.
Glam metal.
I mean, there's so many different genres that kind of can clarify the epitome of just growing up in America, pretty much. It's crazy.
Yeah, like Atmosphere. If you're in Chicago,
Yeah.
was
Or-
really big, but it was
or
like
Mac
more
Dre.
obscure.
Mac Dre out here is like huge out in the Bay Area for underground
I mean,
rap
with
too.
with the current trends, like with the accessibility and how much music there is, it's like I feel like bands like I just said, Atmosphere. The only way I found out about Atmosphere, out in Boston, obscurely, was because I was hanging out on Stickham. It was a an earlier version of we'll say what Twitch is or what any video chatting software is, but it's online where you're entertaining and then you have people that come in and chat with you. And I used to do that a lot. And basically there are people in there listening to all different types of music that I'd never heard of before. And I would go on last.fm on online and basically spend hours just listening to music, and based off of suggestions from the original artist, it was like a YouTube black hole. You could just find total subgenres of what you were listening to. And I'd just be writing them down.
There was a
Bands I wanna
website I
listen
used to use back maybe like 5-6 years ago called turntable.fm. It was like a way for, like, they had different like rooms for different genres of music and all that stuff, and you go in there and talk to other people. Like you get the chance. There's like a 5 row of different DJs they have at a time, and each person their library is massive.
Dude, imagine getting lit and just going on that website and just hanging out with a bunch of random people. You know,
I've made so
playing
many friends
music.
off that
Everybody gets a
website.
track.
Yeah, like you have your once you 5 people on the stand, you play your song, you get up, somebody else has that there's like a queue where somebody else can go on, and then it's like so on and so forth. I used to spend all day sitting there just listening to music, talking to people. It was awesome.
Dope.
I know
Now we have a music channel on Discord.
Yeah,
Right?
we got a full-on thing going on there. But yeah, honestly, there's so many albums that I could sit here and just continue to name, man, because there's so much like good music that I listened to when I was younger. That's all the stuff that I listen to now. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a whole lot of new stuff that's coming out nowadays that really is catching my interest. They're really like grabbing a hold of me. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm not into a lot of the electronical, you know, EDM type stuff, and a lot of the new like hip hop that's coming out nowadays really just ain't my style. And there's just not a whole lot of real instrumentation anymore when it comes to music. There are very few, but you got to search for them a little bit more. You know, they're not the ones that are going to be popping up on your radios, or, you know, you're going to be hearing in like the backgrounds of like commercials and stuff. Every now and then you hear them, but I don't know. That's something I would kind of like to see come out more, is, you know, people getting back to, you know, getting behind instruments and like guitars and really playing the drums, and, you know, really throwing down some bass lines, and, you know, actually going out and doing full on shows. That's what I want to see.
I think that's where me and Clown kind of have the similar taste, because of course me and him are both metalheads, to where
it's all instruments. I mean, it's
that's
rare
pretty much mostly of what you're
instrument.
listening to is the talent of the people with the instruments, and just being able to.
Devin Townsend, seriously, if you guys have not checked him out,
if you look at somebody
crap.
who's great with instruments and just vocals and creating like an angelic sound.
I got a
Devin
question.
Townsend.
I got a question. I know we've all been to concerts. Okay. Who have you gone to see, but one of the other acts you were more like, all right, I can get
there's
down
been
with
several
them.
shows for me.
But that's what I'm saying. If you've been to enough shows, you've gone to see one artist, but yet like their opener or someone.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
you were like, you became more of a fan of theirs than anything.
Cattle Decapitation was one of those bands where I'd heard of them, but I never actually took the time to listen to them.
They're insane.
They sing jazz.
If you listen to the
jazz
vocals,
band, right?
They're like death metal, deathcore.
I know, as a joke.
Awesome.
Their name's
But no,
Decapitation.
like the vocals that he does like live, he pulls it off so cleanly. You're like, how the fuck can this guy jump back and forth so hard? Because he goes from like this very low end growl to this really high pitched scream, and it's still like, at least if you're used to metal, you can understand what he's saying.
Are you talking about Radiohead?
Oh no, okay. I think I've said it before, but like the most hardcore concert I've ever been to was the Toadies. I've never seen so much blood out of a mosh pit.
Oh my.
Really?
For the Toadies.
That's why I have all my teeth still, is because I never went to the shows that I listened to. I'd be like, I'm gonna get my face punched in if I go to this show.
This one's tough for me, Dan, because I do not remember the band's name. But I went to Ozfest a couple years ago, and we watched a few bands on like one of the other side stages, and then, you know, Sabbath was getting ready to come up within like the next hour or so. So we're like, oh well, let's just go over to the main stage, go check it out, see what's going on. And there's like this Swedish band that comes up, and never heard of them before or anything. And dude, they come up and I mean play a killer fucking set, dude. Like,
Hell yeah.
Just
Those
went
are my
up there
favorite.
and just ripped the hell out of it. Had no idea who these guys were. Didn't know the words to any of their songs. But by like halfway through it, I'm just sitting there, and I like, because I'm not a super hardcore metal fan. I do appreciate metal, and there are times where I do listen to it and stuff.
But if it sounds good,
but
and
if
hits
it's
you right,
exactly, if it's got the
doesn't
right,
matter.
you know, like melodies and stuff going on with it, it doesn't matter like what it is, I'm gonna get with it. You know what I mean? I listen to all different types of music. I'm not very picky. There are some that I'm not really into and I kind of steer away from, but every now and then there's one or two songs I can,
I got a few Taylor Swift albums in my mix.
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, dude, I can't remember what the hell their name was. I wish I could because I wanted to look them up afterwards and figure out more about these guys. Just because like they literally just came up and just rocked the hell out of this stage, dude, and got me so pumped and just ready to go for when Sabbath came up, which is pretty awesome too because they had Zach Wilde come out and play lead guitar for him on that show.
Man's a beast.
And dude, I remember this, bro, because like after that killer set of the opener, the Sabbath comes up. And then, you know, Zach Wilde is doing his thing and Ozzy's out there, you know, doing his thing. And then Zach Wilde just gets down and starts playing this crazy solo. One part he's playing with his teeth. Next thing you know, he's like walking around the stage, just like shredding behind his head like this epic solo. Crazy night. But yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was just an all around great concert.
Mine would have to be, if anyone, I'm sure we got some people in chat and you guys know there's a band called Seven Dust. I'm sure everyone's heard a song from Seven Dust. They've never ever made it like super huge or anything like that, but they have a really good following, put out really good rock music that you can understand and whatnot. But I went to see them one night because they tour around here and I live in Monroe, so I'm like 20 minutes from Detroit, 20 minutes from Ohio. So a lot of times I've been able to go see 2 shows in the same week because everyone's hitting up, you know, it's just right there. But I went to see them, but they had an opening band called Nothing More. I don't know if anyone's heard of Nothing More. They've gotten pretty big. They're one of my favorites nowadays. Like they're on their, I think it was either last year or maybe the year before they released their 3rd album. Their first 2 albums are awesome. There's songs about, you know, going through hardships with family. There's songs about the government.
Dude,
almost
the Butthole Surfers. Totally forgot about those, dude.
That's what I was laughing about.
And Spoon.
Bro.
So my recommendation, if anyone has not checked out Nothing More, please go check them out. And if you ever go get to see them, they're just like you're talking, James. They're on the stage. They give like 110%. They go nuts. And you were just in it with them the whole fucking time. They were more impressive than Seven Dust, but I had seen Seven Dust like 900 times. You know what I mean? So I knew what I was going to get out of them.
Yeah.
All right, now here's just
their drummer's a singer too.
Here's just a quick question for you guys: if there's one band or one person that you would want to see dead or alive, who would it be? Go, Corey.
Okay, I'm gonna pick 2 because the band doesn't really tour anymore with the original.
It doesn't matter. This is total hypothetical, bro.
It's a fantasy concert.
Of course, Pink Floyd would be on there. I want to see them back when like The Wall came out and like, and just some of the best work they've done, like Wish You Were Here, all that stuff. Be able to see the band that pretty much got me into music, be able to set off the performance, which from what I've heard and seen like YouTube videos, they have some of the best like choreography when it comes to their concerts ever. Especially where like I remember my dad was telling me like they had a show here where right when The Wall came out to where they had like giant inflatables in the air, like balloons, and there was like a balloon plane that would like come down and crash into the stage, and like a broken brick wall would come rising from the stage, and then they would start playing The Wall. Just that would create an experience like none other. And that would probably be my top one because I probably can go see a lot of the bands that I want to see still because a lot of them tour in my area.
See,
so
this one's tough for me too because Stand Up 3D just threw one out there that would probably be on my list for damn sure. Jerry Garcia / the Grateful Dead. Yes. It'd be them, and obviously I would love to see Sublime while Bradley was alive in concert. Yeah. Those would probably be my 2. It would be the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, and Sublime in the Bradley days. What about you, Clown? What would you pick for this one?
I've been thinking about that the whole time because, like I said, I've been to way too many shows at this point in my life. I have enough band like concert shirts to prove it. I don't know, like I know me and you, James, would probably agree on this, but Hendrix.
Oh yes, Hendrix is definitely on that list, bro.
For me,
definitely on that list.
And then like Anthony Ramella mentioned Nirvana earlier. I would have liked to have seen them back in the day. Like maybe
that'd be a cool show, like
around like the
second show from them would have been pretty cool.
Or Pantera, because I live where Pantera's from, but I never got to see them because they broke up by the time
that would have been like, a to experience Dimebag perform
Mm-hmm.
in person would have been
Oh,
something.
yeah, he's fun to watch live, but like I said, I never got to see him as Pantera. I got to see them as Damage Plan. So
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? What would be yours?
I pretty much have two, and luckily everyone's still alive and touring and stuff that I would like to see. Swags talked about Incubus. I want to see Incubus in Colorado at the Red Rocks.
Just because of
that's
how
like-
many times you've seen that DVD?
Dude, it's that just I guess I'd see any concert there, but that's who I really want to see there.
Dude,
that just looks like the coolest fucking
that
venue
venue
to
is
see
sick.
a concert.
Yeah.
That's one of the best venues in America, easily.
Yeah, and then Nicole has already seen them in Florida when she went down to visit her friend. But I hear the Foo Fighters put on an amazing fucking show, and Dave Grohl
is just a beast, bro.
In the world,
he's a beast.
She was like, it was amazing. They played so much of their old stuff. I'm like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Because I don't like new stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of anything, but you want to play old stuff, like I am down, man. Like that's what I want to see. So I think I would like to see the Foo Fighters before my time on this earth is gone.
Yeah.
By you, Swag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, once again, I had plenty of time to think about it, and I kept forgetting and then remembering again. I'd say John Mayer Trio, absolutely would need to see them live. Still alive, still touring. John Mayer is a phenomenal musician and lyricist. I love all of his work. And I would also say the Blue Oyster Cult, because Godzilla. If you just go back and watch like old live sets of that, and then listen to the album cover, and then think about listening to them perform that live today,
dude,
and it would be freaking awesome.
I totally forgot one. Garth Brooks, bro. And if anybody should at least go to one Garth Brooks concert in their life, trust me, it would change your life.
Nicole's going this year.
Just 3 chords of the truth.
Absolutely,
not enough for me.
It's the shit, bro. I love it. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up our episode for today. And that is volume 1 of Now That's What We Call Music. Ohmies. Yeah, volume Ohmies. So confusing, but anyways, it was a fun show. You know, all of us here are very, into music and stuff like that. Who knows? We might have more topics like this when it comes down to maybe music, movies, TV shows, all kinds of cool stuff. We want to kind of break things up from the usual vapey topics every now and then. This is kind of a cool way just to kind of get to know you guys a little bit, let you guys get to know us a little bit, what we're into, what you guys are into. Just, all around, community fun. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and do our sign out. So I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Poon Sauce and see what he's got to say to you guys tonight.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's always a pleasure hanging out with my brothers and hanging out with everybody in chat. Don't forget, this Wednesday, What's the News with Poon Sauce and the Angry Hippie is back. And we have a very, very, very special guest joining us this week. I'm not going to let you guys know just yet. Might announce it tomorrow, but let me just say things are going to get a little green on Wednesday's show, so keep an eye out for that. I mean, Sean,
what a
Sean
shitty
he might be going green. We don't know. Who knows? But I'm really excited for that.
You guys have the flu. Got it.
I'm still thinking about when I'm gonna bring back What's Your Story, because I want to change a couple things with it. So hopefully that'll be back soon. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, you can catch me here back on Mondays, of course, every week. I'm always here. Or you can just come to my YouTube channel and see me more than once a week. Whatever works.
Do it and you're cool. How about you, Clown?
Let's see. Wolf Bite this coming Wednesday at 3 p.m. And then the vlog on Thursday. And Frank needs to get his ass up and start posting to SoundCloud so people can listen to there. And then
quit building houses with your cousin in the fucking jungle, okay? We're gonna need you to do
the
something.
jungles of Canada.
Yeah.
All right, and then then after I got reviews that I'm finishing up, so I'll have some stuff to post and just be on the lookout for that kind of thing.
Very nice.
Right, so yeah, that's me.
What about you, Swags? What you got to say to the peoples today?
Yeah. Hey, peoples. This week is jam-packed with lots of me on lots of other shows. So Wednesday over on the Heavy Metal Vapor channel, never heard of them. at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it just goes. I don't know when it ends anymore. So just come and hang out with us. It's always a good time, depending on what Heavy's talking about. And also Friday, we got the Vape Stew on Stan's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Sunday, same channel, Stan's channel, the High End Vape Forum at 1 p.m. Eastern. So just come hang out. Heavy Metal Vapor channel. Put the subscription. Subscribe and put the subscription bell, notification bell.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that thing. And then same on Stan's channel, and you'll be able to see us. And maybe Stan will do a video or two in between. Who knows?
Yeah, guys, go check him out. And of course, we can't leave you guys without Mr. On My Lanta down here. By the way, who's not a girl. He's gonna leave you guys with one of our favorite segments. It's time for Dan's Dad Joke of the Week.
So, guys, what do you think was a more important invention than the first telephone?
What's that?
The pager.
The second one.
Oh, wow.
Who the fuck you gonna call?
Ghostbusters?
That's right.
Hey, that was a twofer. All right, guys. So, Dan, anything you want to say to the people, though, man?
I'm here Mondays. I don't do the YouTubes. That's too much fanciness for me. So thank you for everyone that does that for me so that I can just be here and talk shit and bullshit
you
with
do
all of you guys.
Instagram and Twitter.
Oh my God, I'm all over Instagram. I've slacked off on Twitter. I need to get back on that noise, but we've been having so much fun doing IG stories and Ric Flaring to everyone. So
Yeah, dude.
that's kind of been where I've been.
Keep an eye out for the Throwdown Thursday, y'all.
Throw down Thursday.
It's going down for reals.
Lit.
It gets pretty hype.
Follow all my fellas on all of their things. Notification
Dude, Ashton
bells.
is killing it on that.
Dude,
Yeah.
gotta love Ashton, bro. That dude just gets me pumped every day.
Start calling them promo powders.
Promo powders.
powder.
Wow.
That's the best thing Corey said in a long time.
I will
I'm
say that
very
was
proud
pretty
of you.
good, Corey. That was pretty good. But of course, guys, that's
I get
it.
a couple of them once in a while.
That's
it.
his one for the year, everyone.
Yep.
So enjoy
And with
it
that,
while it lasts.
we better stop the show now before he tries to say anything else smart.
I'm gonna keep it shut up.
Yeah. Let's quit while you're ahead. So, of course, thank you all the Ohmies out there in chat for coming in and hanging out with us every Monday. You guys make this show what it is, and it means the absolute world to every single one of us here on the panel. You guys mean the absolute world to us. We'll catch you guys right here next Monday for a brand new episode. Of course, same time, same place. Who knows? We might have a guest. Who knows? It might just be us doing the same old thing. Of course, just looking forward to hanging out with you guys next Monday. And yeah, as always, sending out all those positive vibes. Crisp high fives, and let's just vape on, y'all.
Watch out!